Well, now the trial is set for June 3rd, 2024. Do you think there's any plea deals that would get offered?
I don't think it's been offered yet. I think that they're going to go through these preliminary motions to see how far they can get with the court, see whether or not they can get his bail reduced, see whether or not they can get him released on bond. They're going to try to see how far they can go. But at some point in time, when the inevitable looks like Keefe's going to go to trial, and if all of the evidence holds up, like the motion to dismiss his statements, if that is rejected by the judge, and it looks like he's going to have to go to trial and face his own public statements, then they'll probably recognize this as a losing, endeavor and try to take a plea deal. Maybe they'll say, "Hey, listen, we'll take life, drop the, possibility of parole, drop the gang enhancement, drop the gun enhancement," and at that time, the district attorney will reevaluate whether or not it's in their best interest to drop those charges.
Well, he's 60 years old now. By the time this trial starts, he'll be 61.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the best health.
Mm-hmm.
He's overweight. He had cancer at one point. I don't know whether that's been taken care of or not, but it's a very ugly situation for a man that age at this point. 10 years could be life at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, being in prison is 61
Hey,
years old.
Take a life, give a life. And that's just the way I see it.
Well, like I said in the beginning of this interview, his lawyer filed statements to basically say that everything he said in the interviews, in the book, that's all for entertainment purposes only.
Mm-hmm.
And, this seems to me like a reasonable argument, because I've admitted multiple times that I've paid for both of my interviews.
Mm-hmm.
I know that other people have paid him for interviews also. You got this guy, he's an ex-drug kingpin, he's now old, he doesn't want to get a regular 9-to-5 job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me go ahead and make up a whole bunch of nonsense and keep getting paid thousands of dollars every time I do this, and this is how I'm going to support myself.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, it's really not a reasonable argument, because even if it was just for entertainment purposes, that doesn't make it not true.
Okay. And you feel it's 100% true.
Absolutely.
So everything you've cross-checked.
When we were in the closed doors of his attorney's office, that was certainly not for entertainment purposes.
Yeah. There's nothing entertaining about that whole.
No. Although Keefe is a very entertaining character, as you know.
As I know. Did you guys talk in the past few years at all, or?
No, I mean, once the book came out, I went and met with him. After I retired, I went to his house. I informed him, "Hey, I'm putting a book out. I'm going to divulge everything that you told us. I'm letting you know ahead of time, because I think that you ought to be aware of the fact that everything you've told us is going to go public. And I don't want to see any, my intention here is not to get anybody hurt. So I'm making you aware of that." Of course, his response is, "Man, I'm a killer motherfucker, and I handle my business. Don't worry about it." It's like, okay, just thought I'd let you know. Seemed like the responsible thing to do. Did the same thing with Suge's girlfriend, let her know.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it. That was the last time we ever spoke.
Do you see any chance of him getting off?
Not unless the judge, if a motion to exclude his public statements from trial, then yes. But and I can't see a judge doing that. So if a motion to exclude is rejected by the court and his public statements are going to be introduced into the court record, then I think he's done. And I think at that time he'll realize that a plea deal is his best option.
Right, but a plea deal won't be like time served or anything.
Oh, no. He's going to prison for murder for, like, as you said, probably 25 with the possibility of parole, which would be, at the minimum, a 15-year sentence.
Right, he gets out of 75, 76 if he's lucky.
Yeah.